We've got some news for you here as Austin Eckler missed practice on Friday. Plus, Dan Schneier's takes on some of the tougher calls in Fantasy Week 8 right now on FFT and 5. What's up and welcome. I'm Adam Azer. I'm joined by Dan Schneier here on FFT and 5. Hope you're having a great weekend. Dan, let's talk about the news that's coming in right now as we record this on Friday afternoon. Austin Eckler missing practice again. He's got this hip issue. I noticed that you already had Justin Jackson. One of the leagues I was going to pick him up, Dan Schneier rostering Justin Jackson. I don't know what that's all about. But is that the one you would prefer? Which running back would you gravitate toward?
Yeah, Jackson is the one to. And when Eckler's out, Jackson seems like the better play. He can do all of the things in that offense, so it gives him a better chance at more touches. So I would go with Jackson. I wouldn't be surprised if he loses some goal line work, but I'd go Jackson.
In what respect? Compare him to your favorite Eagles running back, for example.
Like for Gainwell, yeah. I mean, I'd go Gainwell just based on the matchup there and he has more involvement in the passing game. But there are definitely some calls that I would lean Jackson. I'm trying to think of some, but maybe over Booker, for example, with the Giants, I'd lean Jackson.
Okay, and the other guy you could pick up, Josh Kelly. I don't think Larry Roundtree would be the best, but I think it'd probably be between Jackson and Kelly. And in the preseason, Kelly seemed to be the third down guy, but I don't know. It's really a mystery and not a great situation. Hopefully it helps Keenan Allen. You get Eckler off the field. Maybe it helps Jared Cook, something like that. I know Allen managers have been a little bit frustrated here. And we don't know that he's out. It's Friday right now for us. We don't know what Saturday brings. But be prepared for an Austin Eckler absence. Meanwhile, Kadarius Toney was limited. Saquon Barkley and Kenny Golladay did not practice. This is a Monday night game, and these are Friday practice reports, by the way. So what's your take right now on what the Giants might look like on Monday?
Yeah, my take is pretty much the same as it's been this week. Joe Judge is a very conservative coach when it comes to the injuries. Barkley and Golladay won't play. Toney has an outside shot. I would say Shepard's definitely in. He's practicing this week, finally. If you have to wait on Toney, I wouldn't necessarily wait on him unless you have Shepard in the back pocket or one of those like Dante Pettis types, and your other option isn't great. Otherwise, I wouldn't wait on Toney.
Okay, if Toney's out, I think Shepard's going to be a pretty appealing play. Probably another 15-plus point PPR game for Sterling Shepard. Dak Prescott may not play. We know that. And Jerry Judy, he was a little sore. I was really excited about Jerry Judy until Friday's practice report. He did not practice. He was a little bit sore. They didn't say they're not playing him as of right now, as of Friday afternoon, but do we have to pump the brakes?
We have to pump the brakes, and I was also super excited about him in this matchup. This matchup's going to hit the over. It's going to hit the team total over for Denver. It was a really good spot for Judy, but we have to hit the brakes because I think there's a good chance this could be another week.
Okay, and even if he does play, I think you got to just feel a little uneasy about it. It certainly helps Courtland Sutton. Now, I wanted to ask you about some players that I'm seeing a lot of questions about. Joe Burrow at the Jets. The Jets, look, Joe Burrow, if he wants to throw 3 touchdowns, he probably can, but we know the game script could be more toward Mixon. Do you think Burrow's a good start this week?
I do, and we had this discussion last night, me and Chris Towers on FFT and 5. Regardless if it's a quote-unquote poor game script, to get to that poor game script, the Bengals have to score touchdowns, a lot of touchdowns to get that lead, and that will be through the air. This is a team that proved last year they don't have too much of an interest in running the football. They don't need to. So I think this is actually a much better spot for all Bengals players, including Burrow, than people realize.
T. Higgins?
I actually am playing T. Higgins this week because of this.
You know who I'm starting T. Higgins over?
Who? There's so many Higgins questions this week. Who are you going?
Brandon Cooks, because I refuse.
You hate Cooks.
I swear to you, I started Randall Cobb over him.
Remember the time we were in a draft and you took Texans in 6th and 7th round back to back?
One of them was Brandon Cooks.
Sure,
exactly. I don't hate Brandon Cooks. It's Davis Mills. It
didn't work out how you wanted.
It was a mock draft.
Who could have seen 2 Texans in round 6 and 7 not working out? Who could have seen it?
Those were not good picks. To be fair, they were rounds 13 and 14, but
no, they weren't. It was definitely 6 and 7.
Shut up, okay? You are more optimistic on Brandon Cooks this week.
A little bit. I just like the narrative street to him, but not too optimistic.
All right, what do you think about a couple of running backs in the same game?
Mm-hmm.
Khalil, Herbert, and Eli Mitchell.
I think a lot of people would lean Mitchell here. I actually lean Herbert here. I love the talent. Wrote about him this offseason as my favorite running back prospect in the draft from a value standpoint. And he's shown exactly why so far. Runs really low to the ground, really low center of gravity, great contact balance, and great burst. He's run. If you can get to 100 yards versus Tampa's run defense, you've sold me. And so I think the talent is there. And I don't think the situation's that much worse behind that line. Like San Francisco's offensive line has not been what it was expected to be this year.
Trent Williams banged up too. So
yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Dan Schneier. Thanks to all of you for watching and listening. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning with the latest injury news before you set your lineups. See